Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. It's Connor here. I thought I'd give you a little bit of a rumour mill update. I thought we'd speak a little bit about the Plymouth game. We haven't really spoken about Charlie Cresswell as well, developments the other day. Now, when it came to Daniel Farke's press conference, before we start the video, please make sure you slap a like. If you are going to the Leeds game today, I might see you, so hello. Hello, and hello if you are not going to the Leeds game as well. I know some of you are overseas, some of you can't get to the game, so shout out to you guys. Anyway, before we start the video, I want to say please smash a like. Everybody who've got Patreon content, a full hour-long podcast is over there now. We speak about transfers, all sorts of stuff, well worth it. You can also become a YouTube member. If you want to pay £2 a month, it all goes to the channel. Shout out to Chris and Lee, who joined on the last stream. And let's get into it. But before we start, I want to give a special shout out to Chris Wood. Chris, whose partner Joe messaged me, and Chris is he's got a brain tumour and he's going through some really tough times at this moment in time, and he watches the channel. So shout out to you, Chris. I'm sure the Leeds United community as well will give you a shout out in the chat if you would do so for me, everybody. And yeah, I hope you and Joe, have a great day today and Leeds get that win for you. So let's get into it. Morning, Gordon. Morning, Paul. How on earth are you? T-side Connor, how you, mate? Hope all's going well. Yeah, keep getting your comments in, everybody. Much love, Chris. On the Chris lad. Thinking of you, Chris. All great to see everybody. Morning. Hello. Yeah, so that's great. Thank you, everybody, for sticking that in. I know that means a lot to people as well. So some people watch this as a little bit of a release as well, and sometimes it can really help. So let's get into it as well. Let's try get everybody's mood a little bit bolstered as well. Caught you live. Morning. How you, Richard? Hope you're all good, buddy. But let's get into it anyway. Leeds make attractive offer for winger. What are you talking about, Connor? Are you talking crappy? Well, potentially. And that's what the rumour mill's all about. It's all about rumours here, there, and everywhere. But according to Mr. Jacobs, Mr. Chris Jacobs, I believe his name is, and according to a few other sources who still say Leeds are in the realm of developing when it comes to Mr. Manuel Benson. Now, why does Benson make a little bit of sense? Why does it make a little bit of sense? Break down low block. Break down that mid block. That's always going to happen with the Whites. We always need that capacity to be able to do that as well. And what does Manuel Benson offer? Well, he offers us the ability to do that. He has the quality to do that. Scott Chegg, hey mate, yes, I am going today. I will be there today in the South Stand. And yeah, so I don't think it's a bad option for the Whites. I think with the Willie Nyonto, I think that makes it a little bit confusing because obviously Willie is going to be signing a new contract. It looks like Daniel Farke has worked that one out with him, which is great news. But what does that mean in terms of Manuel Benson? Well, for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense in that respect because I know Benson can break down a low block, he can break down a mid block and make Leeds much better in that attacking third when sometimes, which we've had in the last two games, we're not exactly firing on all cylinders. Manuel Benson would aid in that respect. I don't know if it's what we need right now. I just don't know if it's what we need right now. I mean, there might be a lot of you guys who disagree with me there. Potentially not. But Benson would be a quality addition, but I just don't see Leeds United going for that option. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. If I see you, I'll get you a pint, mate. Shout out to you, Scott. Yeah, man, it'll be great to see a lot of you guys there today as well. There with my old man as well. If you guys do watch Generation Leeds, you'll see me and the old boy on loads of podcasts and all that. So yeah, he'll be down with me today as well. So shout out to the old man as well. Keep up the great content. Hi from Thailand, says Big Dave. Cheers, mate. Yeah, we're going to get into a bit of Keenan Dewsbury Hall, which has given me a little bit of a boost this morning, everybody. I've got my coffee. Where is my coffee? It's propping up my phone right now. But I've got my coffee here and a Keenan Dewsbury Hall potentially leaving the Foxes. Have I got a Fox on here? I think I have. I've got a Fox on here. It must be happening, everybody. I didn't even plan that. Oh, dearie me, a Fox on the cup as well. It's a sign. So yeah, Manuel Benson makes a lot of sense. It might be Michael Jacobs or Chris Jacobs, can't remember. But yeah, that particular journalist has said that Leeds have made a very attractive offer to the winger. Great news for all of us, because I think, as I say, systematically, if you're option off the bench, if Leeds United are able to get someone like that and offer him a little bit more when it comes to minutes. This is a guy who's got 11 goals in the Championship last season. He got 5 assists as well. He's what the kids call a baller. So I'd be very, very happy with that as a nice little addition to the Leeds United roster, as Gabe says. So yeah, and the interesting part about all of this, Daryl at the gym, look at that treadmill distraction, mate. I do that all the time, man. I have the treadmill on for about 15 minutes and I always put a YouTube channel on. Nice little distraction. But yeah, another one is Musialowski now, or Musialowski, as I've been told that we need to pronounce that name. The Liverpool front 4 player. And when I say front 4, I mean he's versatile across that front line. We've spoken about him before. Apparently Liverpool are looking for a loan move for him. They need his development to soar a little bit. We've seen young players come to the Championship and thrive when it comes to development. They sort of learn that physical capacity as well that you maybe wouldn't get exposed to in the Premier League with minutes. In the Championship, you're going to get exposed to that. And there's been so many examples over the past however many years of players coming down to the Championship. Off the top of my dome, Cameron Archer's one that I can think of very, very recently and thriving. Musialowski is an attacking player, as I said, who we've mentioned in several videos before, who they highly, highly rate at Liverpool, and they're looking to loan him out. But what does this say? What does this say to you, to me? Well, it tells me that Leeds, according to reports, this is the rumour mill. Hey, Joe. According to reports, Leeds are still looking at an offensive player. So, for me, that's a little bit odd. I thought we'd just be purely going for sort of defensive reinforcements now that with Willie being offered the contract and all this sort of stuff. I didn't expect Leeds to be doing that. Looks like we are. Looks like we're still going to be looking at that sort of option that can break down opposition low blocks and can give Leeds that little advantage in the final third, which I'm all right with. I'm 100% fine with. Just that player going to get minutes, but that's not my problem. That's not your problem. It's not even the 49ers' problem. The German chocolatier. Daniel Farker. Sorry, I just can imagine him be just like, it's like a bowl of chocolate. Like, those Lindt adverts, just like staring at the camera in slow motion. Come try my chocolate. So yeah, no, it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens with an offensive player. I'd welcome it, of course I would, but the crux of this video always is those defensive reinforcements. The defensive reinforcements that Leeds United should definitely be looking at bringing through the door. Now, the development that we saw yesterday, Charlie Cresswell. Charlie Cresswell. What are your thoughts? I want to get all of your thoughts in the comment section below on that. I can be a little bit half glass empty when it comes to this sort of stuff. But is it for you guys? And listen, this is an opinion-based show, obviously. But is there? Sorry, as my phone vibrates and vibrates. Is this one of those where we are looking at it right now and we're thinking, I don't know, are we thinking that Daniel Farker's maybe looked at it from a perspective of we need defensive reinforcements right now? Is this a little bit of a coincidence that this has happened right now? Or am I being completely pessimistic? Daniel Farker done the man management thing, which, to be fair to him, is he's done with Willie Gnonto, he's done with Jed Spence, he's previously done in his career. Is this a stroke of genius when it comes to man management? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Daniel Farker's maybe just looked at the sides today or the sort of like lack of defensive profiles that we've now got and just said, oh, now we kind of need Charlie back in here to give assets a rest? That's sort of where I'm swinging with all this. I just think it's very coincidental that it's happened now. And they've had a chat. Obviously, what we know about managers is managers can say whatever they want in press conferences. There's never going to be a rebuttal from any player. And they've just had a chat this week. Maybe I'm just being ultra cynical there, but I just think it's very, very strange how this has all just randomly happened after, a week and a half ago, it was game over. He was done. That was it. Game over. And it was very, very much cut and dry. If he wants to go, he can go, almost sort of between the lines. And suddenly they've had this conversation where everything's fine again. And, he's going back to those first interviews, how much sort of Charlie's experience and sort of presence in the changing room makes a difference. Maybe I am just being slightly cynical there, and maybe they've just had a nice chat and it's all just blown over all of a sudden. But let me have a look at some of your guys' comments. I'm interested to see what you have to think on this one. Unambiguous says good asset to keep. Unambiguous, what's Locks? People keep saying Locks is Locks a journalist? I don't know who Locks is. Let me know in the comment section below who Locks is. Like here, Locks also said KDH. We'll get into that in a bit, but I don't know what Locks is. Rossi, you think we might go in for Benson? Doesn't seem like we're going to him from UK sources. Yeah, Jake, I think is it Ben Jacobs? I think I've got his name right there. Ben Jacobs has just said today, mate, that or the other day, I think it was late last night, that we've made an attractive offer. According to him, for Manuel Benson. So whether or not that might be true, that might not be. Dave, you just said Sky just said they're not selling him. Who is that? Is this Benson that we're looking at now? Hi Connor from Canvey Island. Great news about Dewsbury Hall PMSL. Yeah. I think both need each other, and agreement felt the best. Well, that was the best option. Obviously, we're talking about Charlie Cresswell there. So cynical, Connor. Potentially. Or am I a realist? Do I see through the BS? Is that what it is? I've got X-ray vision through that BS. I've got BS X-ray vision. I hope Cresswell starts today. He needs minutes. Still an update on Stroud until next week. If we get one injury, they're screws as it stands. Yeah, and you do think that if we're not going for another defensive body, Farke's got really no other option. If Cresswell has no availability to leave right now, if a club's not putting in any sort of like obvious offer for him, what can he do? He's going to be staying in and around the squad. Him and Farke have to hash it out. They have to hash it out, and especially if we've got no defensive reinforcements, we're looking at a real sort of run in here. When it comes to 17, 18 games left, they have to come to some sort of common ground, really. If Cresswell's not got an attractive offer, and Farke's obviously sticking around and we're low on defensive options, we need Rodon and Strauch and Ampadu to be available for the league games, not the cup games. So, don't know. Is he a Leicester fan? Leicester fan. Oh, okay, fair enough. I might have come across him. Before. No, you just said Locks, and I was like, I don't know what Locks is. I'm reading between the lines here, or do we think Cresswell is all of a sudden getting a chance because Godfrey is definitely coming in? I don't know, Jamie. I'm still not sure he's going to be coming in, to be honest. Morning, Connor, buzzing with the Leicester news. Yeah, we'll get into that. Watching you in the cricket at the same time. Shout about Gil. No, it is very, very quiet. Very, very quiet when it comes to Godfrey at the minute. Andrew says, I am cynical. Okay. Morning, Connor. Hope you're well. Will the good news regarding Cresswell, do you think the links with Nathan and other centre-backs will stop? Yeah. So this is it now. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, a lot of it makes sense. That's all I'm saying. Like, if Leeds are to sort of, smooth it over with Cresswell suddenly, and I think it'd have been difficult, if I'm being brutally honest with you guys, it'll have been difficult to get Godfrey anyway. We do need cover, but it makes a lot of sense. Nonto was supposed to be a long-term thing, but if we're not going to get a Benson, Nonto signing a contract would make sense. If we're not Godfrey, or we're not going to get, I know I've said it from the start, I don't think we're interested, but like a Ben Cabango and Nathan Woods, if we're not going to do that, Nat Phillips, then it makes sense all of a sudden for Farke and Cresswell to have made up. For PR, it's brilliant. Obviously, Farke's excellent man management. Cresswell's back on side. He's a good character. He's realised where he's wrong. We've got a centre-back. We don't have to go out into the market and get a centre-back anymore. And, maybe I'll just mention the Benson news previously. This is the rumour mill. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not sure I believe it, to be honest with you. But Nonto will be signing that contract now. So are we going to actually go out and get a winger or an offensive player? I doubt it. So this is what I mean. Things have been smoothed over now all of a sudden. Leeds are 5 wins in 5. We're doing excellently. We're excellently at home. We've not lost at home this season. There's a good vibe about the place. So I do wonder whether or not the club are playing on that a little bit and thinking to themselves, well, yeah, all right, we'll ease off a little bit, Don't know. Could be wrong. It's just a little bit of a theory. Very convenient. I'm with you, Connor. Very convenient in terms of Cresswell. And for it, though, give him a chance. Yeah, 100%, mate. Hey up, Connor. Modern everyone have a lane watching this. Yes. Yeah, keep Charlie. As I say, I don't mind us keeping Charlie whatsoever. I still don't think we'll sign anybody, Connor. Honestly, I agree with you, buddy. How many players are we linked with? I think that our name's thrown about by some journalists because we're a big club. Yeah, it does, mate. That's 100. I mean, literally, like, we've been doing this now, the rumour mill, pretty much twice a day for about 30 days now, because we started in December. Think about that. So I've been chatting about rumours, giving my opinions on rumours, and I think a lot of the time I agree with you, mate. I think where our name is just thrown around. In fact, I said that Charlie was overthinking the situation, a bit like Nonso, Young and... Yes, Stu, listen, Stu. I'm saying I'm sort of in the middle, and obviously I try look at it from like both sides of it, really. But on that point, it could be, honestly, this could be unbelievable man management. It really could, really could, 100%. All I'm saying is, in life, you have always got to just look at the flip side, and give a little bit of balance. Charlie can't ever come out and say anything. He didn't come out and say anything before when he sort of threw him under the bus a little bit. So I just think maybe keep your minds open with that a little bit. But yeah, I could be wrong. As I always say on here, I could be wrong. People like to say, oh, Connor's got a narrative, an agenda. He hates so-and-so. Someone said to me the other day, why do you hate Archie Gray? What? Why do you hate Joel Burrow? Why do you hate Daniel Farke? I don't hate anyone. I don't hate any of them. I just try to give an alternate point of view to I don't know, broaden mindsets on things, maybe. Not just do the status quo all the time. In fairness, was never the word attitude with Charlie. He always said it was focus, which is different and easier in fairness. Yeah. Connor, hi from Oz. Maybe a couple of players pulled their heads in. Yeah, maybe. Could be right, mate. Could be right. Don't forget to smash the likes. Yeah, 100%, everybody. If you wouldn't mind doing that as well, we're going to have some more match day content, hopefully, for you today as well. The big man's going to be with me as well. But yeah, let's have a quick look at some more comments. Suddenly, we see ourselves with Ronan, Ampadu, Pascal, Cresswell, Cooper as centre-back options. That's fantastic. But yeah, Mohammed, I don't disagree with you, mate. I don't disagree with you whatsoever. The whole issue, I still think, though, it's crazy that we're not going to be signing anyone. We might do, but it's crazy if we don't sign like a fullback. I personally think. There's a good feeling right now, of course, and people are going to absolutely hate on me because I'm not coming on here just going like, oh, come on, we're going to win the league, all this sort of stuff, which I get hammered for all the time. But I do think a full backs is key. We've got weaker with the squad depth. So, yeah, I think naturally bringing fullbacks in, even though it's a good. This is the thing now. We don't want to become Vibes FC because we've done this before, haven't we? Where we're all vibing, we're loving the moment, which is great. You have to be present in football. But you've also got to look at the bigger picture for me, and we've got to look at the fact that there's like 4 or 5 months left of this season, and we've got a real run in, and every other team around us has strengthened. And I don't think I've ever known a window like this in recent times anywhere where we've just done nothing. So I still think it's good feeling, it's good vibe. I think we'll win today. It's going to be a good vibe again. Everyone's good. I think we could win quite well today as well, and everyone's going to be in a buzzing feeling. But I'm not really a short term sort of analyst, I guess. When I'm looking at these sorts of things, I do look long term, and I know my club have struggled when they've looked short term instead of long term before. So I think we really need to look long term here, and I think fullbacks are necessary. Connor, how worried are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that Liverpool going to steal that Daniel Farke second? Oh, mate, I'm terrified. Yeah, I think they're going to come in. Jamie, yeah, honestly, mate, if I this fan base can be mental, honestly, mate. If I say one guy went on a short I made, and I get all the comments on that on my analytics. One guy went on a short the other day from 4 months ago, and he went, "You are effing clueless." Blah, 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 blah. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, people get very, very, very angry when it comes to different opinions in football, which is a shame, really. Morning Connor will beat Mankwank in the next round, hopefully, buddy. Bowden, what a name, mate. Bowden Llewellyn. Has anybody got a better name than Bowden Llewellyn? Anybody in the chat? I don't think you have. Bowden Llewellyn. Jesus Christ. Guy's going to grow up to be a Welsh rugby player. Wayne Rooney for the Liverpool job. Anyway, let's get into K. What do they call him? K. Dewsbury Hall. KDH. God, that was a struggle. I think I have Bowden. Dewsbury Hall. Anyway, so the big news is that the Leicester central attacking midfielder is in negotiations with Brighton. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is good news. That is very, very good news. That is, I said it on a TikTok. If they're to lose Dewsbury Hall, that is like the equivalent of us losing Somerville. That is like the equivalent of Ipswich losing Sam Morsey in terms of impact. That is the equivalent of Southampton losing Adam Armstrong. That I can't actually fathom how mental that would be. Now, that points total, I believe, at some stage was ridiculous between Leeds and Leicester. And this is why we did the debrief the other day. Like, can Leeds still win the league? Listen, I don't think we're going to win the league. I don't think that's going to happen. But if they win their game in hand, it's 12 points, which is still a hell of a lot. But when you've got a playmaker in there who literally is the best player in their team by a country mile, he's the difference every single time they play. I still think they're weirdly an average side, but they've just got top players who can get them out of the mud. And they're consistent. But Dewsbury Hall, if they're to lose him, I mean, look, Brighton are in for him. Arsenal are interested, everyone. Let's look at these clubs who are interested in him. So for all these people going, 30 million, Dewsbury Hall, in my opinion, it's so close between him and Somerville as the two best players in the division, ability-wise. Dewsbury Hall is top two, easy. He's so good. You watch him every single time. He makes them tick. He makes the right decisions every time. He's exceptional at keeping hold of the ball. He's got incredible balance in that central attacking midfield role. He's strong. He can drop back into a defensive pivot as well if they need. He's aggressive. He's got sort of captain-like material. He's tenacious. Listen, they lose him, it's massive. I don't care if they're 12 points ahead. And that even can be from a Southampton perspective of catching them, you know? So for me, if they are to lose him, I think they're going to lose a massive part of them that ticks. Now, the problem is, I do feel that Leicester as a club are not going to be completely stupid there. And if they are to lose Keenan Dewsbury Hall, they would go out and get one man for me, and he stands out. Rona Kimona, I completely disagree, mate. I think Somerville's a better footballer than Rutter, but that's not what we're talking about here. If they lose him, they're going to go and get David Brooks. So now that is a good addition. In my opinion, that's what, if they don't do that, they're absolutely batshit. And the reason I'm saying that is because earlier on this week, after the Swansea game, we had a bit of a breakthrough when it came to David Brooks. I know a lot of Leeds fans were looking at this, but Brooks essentially said that if I'm not getting minutes, and if the manager Iriola doesn't see me as a player who should get minutes, I want to move and play first team football. So if I'm Brooks and Leicester are looking at me, he is a different player to Brooks. He is, but he's not that different, Gil. He's really not that different. He's not. I mean, I think that as a player, I mean, I think you're taking Dewsbury Hall all day, every day, and you're looking at Brooks as sort of, is he dependable on the running and stuff? But I think that's a really, really good addition. And I'd be stunned if they just didn't do anything. David Brooks has left it open. He said, look, I want to be playing first team minutes, and if Iriola doesn't want to play me, then I want to leave. And he's literally quoted as saying that after the Swansea game, essentially. So if Dewsbury Hall leaves, I think they're going to go for him. Could be wrong, but I think they're going to go for him, and I think that's a really good addition. And I don't think he has to be near the level of Keenan Dewsbury Hall. I don't think, Brooks has to be the level of him. He just has to be a very decent addition in this division. Like, I think at this level, Dewsbury Hall's elite. But even if Brooks is a level or two down, that still will be enough for Leicester to win it, in my opinion. So if they aren't going to do it, that will be funny. And if they let Dewsbury Hall go and they don't do anything, hopefully they push Winks into a central attacking midfield role, because he can do anything. Harry Winks is the best player in the world, apparently. Sky News saying there's no way Dewsbury Hall will be sold, as a quote from Leicester. It's on the newsreel at the minute. Okay, interesting. As I said, Ornstein was saying that negotiations have begun. So it's a bit weird if you're negotiating and then suddenly you're just not going outright. So be interesting to see everyone. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. As I say, this has been the Rumour. I hope you enjoyed. If I see some of you at the game today, shout out to all of you. Shout out to all of you who aren't going to the game as well today. I know it can be tricky getting down there somewhere overseas as well, and it's very, very difficult. Really appreciate you coming on for this one, a very impromptu one for me. Please leave a like on the video. If you want to leave a thanks, a little bit of a donation, you can do. Links in the description below. Just hit the thanks button. If you want to become a Patreon member, you can do. Additional stuff over there all the time. If you want to be on the TikTok, head on over to TikTok. I'll be doing TikTok Reels as well. Make sure you go on over there and check that out. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.